You mentioned that you were slight or dyslexic. I also am slightly dyslexic. I'm curious. How do you think that's affected your writing, and how have you overcome it?
It's a superpower, dude. Like being dyslexic. So dyslexics think visually. So it's just the way that our brains are. So we think in pictures. So since you think in pictures, when it comes to screenwriting, it's a visual medium in a written form. So you can see the scene already. You just have to translate it, which is a lot more difficult for people who aren't dyslexic because they have to learn how to think visually, but we already do.
Interesting. And so when did you get diagnosed, and how did you work through this? It sounds like you know a lot more about it than me.
When I was a little kid, I was in the special reading class. So it was me, it was the girl, and then there was somebody who was suffering with they didn't diagnose it, but I'd have to assume it was some kind of a significant autism. And so it was just us three in the class, and I couldn't alphabetize to save my life. So what I used to do during break and lunches is I would pack extra Hostess cupcakes in my lunch bag, and then I would just bribe one of the other kids to like help me alphabetize or help me check my reports and things like that because they were spelled so poorly.
That's funny. I had terrible handwriting. I still have terrible handwriting.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a terrible speller, which I always attributed to the dyslexia. Still, even as an adult, I'm a terrible speller. You can find my Selling Your Screenplay. You can find lots of spelling typos and stuff.
Yeah.
I get people emailing me all the time. The other big thing I've found is I'm a very, very slow reader. And that's been probably, I'd say, the biggest thing that's hampered me as a screenwriter. How have you dealt with that? Are you a slow reader, and have you been able to overcome that?
Well, I run refixyourscript.com. So we do a lot of film, like script analysis and stuff like that. So what I end up doing is I bring in affiliates who work with me staff wise, and then I make sure that they're fully vetted, and then they help kind of with all the overflow. But yeah, I am a slow reader. It can take me a long time to read a script. But when I read that script, I'll tell you, I know everything about it.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts. Or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.